list 8 and your name is review video 2. Let's just review our roots and what they mean. So your first one is host, which means stranger or enemy and is a Latin root. Hosp means guest. This is also a Latin root. And onym means name, and this is a Greek root. So I took the words that you said were the hardest off the homework last night, and I just want to review each of them. So the first that people said was hard was hostility. So when I think of the word hostility, I think of hostile, which is another one of your words. So hostile. So if you look, hostil, hostil. So I think of that hostile. And then if I do that, if I just add knowing that the Y at the end says E, I think that'll help you with hostility. So think of hostile when you think of hostility. They both kind of mean the same thing. The enemies, a negative environment, an environment with a lot of tension, a lot of negative energy in it. So if I were you, when I thought of the word hostility, I would think of hostile and put that first part in there, that hostile, and then just put the itty at the end. Your next word that I want to go over is hostess. So hostess is not too hard. However, I think what tricks you is that there are 2 S's at the end. So when working with the word hostess, just remember 2 S's at the end. Next is hospitality and hospitalize. So when I think of both of these words, I think of the word hospital, which hospital is probably a word that you're familiar with, and it's probably a word, if you think of the A at the end, that you could sound out and spell. So just like hostility, hospitality. So think of hospital and then that ity, ity at the end. I think that'll help you with that one. Hospitalize, think of hospital, eyes. Probably another one, if you use your spelling rules, you can probably get eyes, hospitalize. So the I, the Z, and then put the E to make the I say its name. And then these 4 words are kind of tricky. Hospitable, inhospitable, hospitably, and inhospitably. So if you think of hospitable, those first letters in hospitable and hospitably, or you can think of hospitable for hospitable. And then if you can get hospital and hospitably, thinking that they both are the same, just have an E or Y at the end, thinking about those spelling rules. And then all for inhospitable and inhospitably, all you need to do is put that in at the beginning. Anonymous and pseudonym. These were the most common words that you said were tricky, and I would agree. So anonymous. I think the tricky part of anonymous is really the root, the ONYM. So use the resources, use what you know about the root. Onym. If you use that, your root for that part, us. So just remember that sometimes the us at the end of words is the OUS, which is the case in anonymous. Pseudonym is tricky. This is how I think of it. I have to remember that there's a tricky P, that silent P at the beginning. So PS. And then when I spell pseudonym, what I get confused on is the E and the U. So what I think of is alphabetical order. So E comes before U in the alphabet. So E comes before U in pseudonym. So just remember it starts with a P, even though you don't hear it. And then E comes before U. D. You can probably get that on your own. And then apply your root and put the onym at the end. So what I want you to do is, if you can remember from last night, write the 3 words from last night that you wrote that you think are the hardest words to spell. And then I want you to write in that second box, write how you're going to remember how to spell them. Or if you don't have a way to remember how to spell them, maybe write them 3 times each or something like that.